Our thinking was that most mechanics could hopefully work on a Chevy. I hope.
One would hope.
One would hope.
Purchasing a van to build a camper van. What van should you buy?
That is the question.
That is the question. There are a lot of different opinions on this subject, so we've broken it down to kind of let you decide for yourself which one might be the best. We have a 2004 Chevy
Express 3500.
Yes. Extended
wheelbase.
Extended wheelbase. And was mostly from a budgetary, but it met most of our needs. So we're going to talk about how to decide what would meet your needs and let you kind of decide what the best van for you would be. Questions you should ask yourself before deciding which van. Number 1, how are you planning to use it? Are you going to be in it full time? Are you going to be in it part-time? Is it an adventure van that you're going to just be using like every couple months on the weekends? I think that those are very, very different needs. And depending on that, it's probably going to affect your budget, but it's also going to affect how much comfort you really need inside your van.
Large part of what van you end up getting is your budget. Prices could vary from $1,500 up to $60,000, depending on what you decide to do. So there's a wide range in there, and all depends on your budget.
Oh, this is a good one. Something you may want to consider is how tall are you? We are both average-sized human beings. We are not especially tall. Yeah, that's true.
We're average-sized.
We are average-sized Americans. We are not especially tall. We are not especially wide. But we also had to take into consideration that we have both a dog and a cat that we travel with, and they need to fit in here as well. So don't just consider your own height and the space that you personally take up, but the space that your pets or kids or whatever else might take up.
Or if you're going to live in your van, if you live full time, you probably want to get full time standing height.
Yeah.
Another thing is, like, can you do minor repairs yourself, or do you have to take it to a shop to get all your work done? That will kind of also steer you on which van you buy, and well, more particular on how old of a van and how many miles it has.
This guy can fix practically anything, so we have a
15-year-old van with 300,000 miles on it.
So mechanically, we didn't really have to worry too much. You might also want to consider that some of the van models, like Mercedes in particular, the cost on your repairs is going to be significantly more just because their parts cost a lot more.
And you have to take them to Mercedes dealers to get fixed. That not everybody can work on them.
Where will you be using your van? If you are planning on doing a lot of like off-roading / overlanding, like way out boondocking, that's going to kind of make it so you probably need 4-wheel drive. If you're planning on doing mostly campgrounds, you probably can get away with 2-wheel drive easy.
Or light overlanding.
Or light overlanding, yeah. I mean, light off-roading. We've taken this on some pretty rugged roads and have been fine. But we also know kind of how far we can push something because we've done a lot of off-roading with our Jeep.
Another choice is buying a gasoline or a diesel van. That also, a lot comes down to what are your plans. If you're planning on driving 50,000 or 30,000 miles a year, the extra upfront cost for a diesel may be worth it because you'll recoup that in gas mileage. But we weren't probably planning on driving more than 5,000 miles in a year, 10,000 tops. So that paying that extra $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 to $7,000, $8,000 for a diesel engine wasn't worth it for us.
The one last thing I guess we didn't really talk about is your comfort level driving a large vehicle. The bigger you get, the taller you get, the worse they handle, the more you're gonna kind of struggle with that if it's already kind of a concern for you. This van doesn't drive that much different than our F-150 pickup truck. It has a slightly larger turning radius. It drives like a battleship in that regard. But beyond that, like when you're on the actual highway, it doesn't really feel any different than maybe the F-150 does or our Chevy pickup trucks in the past have. Whereas like one of the tall boy vans will probably feel pretty different to drive. Their center of gravity is just really different. So keep that in mind. You might want to test drive it a couple of times before you make that decision.
As always, we'd be happy to answer any questions you have in the comments below. And in our next video, we will cover how to go step by step through a test drive of a used van. If you don't want to miss it, hit that subscribe button, and we will see you next time.